Today we're harvesting wild thistle to make thistle celery stalks and wild thistle juice. This is one of the most amazing plants that most people consider the nuisance. I mean, worse than dandelions, even though dandelions are so edible, the evildoer that Roundup goes after. Here we go with some thistles. Now, thistles are completely edible except for the thorns. Because thistles defend themselves from being overeaten through a mechanical feature, they don't have to defend themselves through such a chemical or bitter feature. Plants such as dandelion don't have thorns, therefore to make sure animals and bugs don't overeat them, they have certain alkaloids and bitter constituents that are medicinal to us at the right dosage, but you can't eat too much. That's why dandelion is great diluted in a salad, but you wouldn't want to eat a giant salad of 100% dandelion. That would just be too much bitterness. However, if we cut off all the spikes of this thistle, we could make a whole salad of it. Even though I'm wearing gloves, the thistles are so long and sharp. These thistles are different from nettle thistles, or nettle needles rather. Nettle needles are hypodermic needles, which are tiny tubes that secrete an acid, whereas thistles are just really sharp thorns. Now, if we carefully peel off the thorns and get to the center stalk, making sure even the tiny thorns are off because we don't want to get any of these in our mouth. You can do this with bare hands too, just takes about twice as long. Alright, with all the little thorns gone, I'm going to eat this. Very reminiscent of celery stalk. Very refreshing. Now for the rest of this, I'm gonna harvest this, put this in a big bowl, and juice it. These wild thistles are growing in an old horse paddock that is our backyard. Therefore, they have it good in terms of a lot of nutrients and nitrogen in the soil. However, this is our yard and we need to harvest, deroot them as soon as possible. Otherwise they'll go to seed and there'll be even more and more next year. They grow, you know, like a weed. So I just harvested a heaping bowl full of wild thistle. And this thistle was growing near a lot of wild grasses and plantain and miner's lettuce. And if you're familiar with other wild greens, you can correctly identify them, then you could also mix all those wild greens in with the thistle. We're gonna do a pure, mellow thistle juice today. I'm gonna put these through the Breville. You can put this through any juicer really, and it'll be fine. First we'll do an initial juicing, then a second straining using 2 nut milk bags, one inside the other, just to make sure no extra spikes get through. Then we'll pour that into the glass, and that'll be our juice. So I ended up adding half of a lemon at the end just to make this a more gourmet, sweeter tasting juice. Here it is. There is most likely a few little bits of thorn in here, hopefully none that are pokey, but I'm gonna strain this anyways as a precaution. Get any last little bit of pokes and fibers. And in the glass we go. If you're into juicing and have high grocery bills, because you're always getting pounds and pounds of celery and kale and parsley and all the greens that you're juicing, this is free juice from Mother Nature. Another reason for going to wild greens for juicing is that all these store-bought greens And even local farmers market greens, as much as we absolutely love our local organic farmers, those greens are domesticated. They're grown in soil that might be deficient, and the actual seed has taken thousands of years to make that variety of vegetable. It's not been wild for hundreds, if not thousands and thousands of years, and it's probably lost some vitality. Like kale, eat more kale, right? But eating kale doesn't have quite the therapeutic benefit as going out and having a trailside nibble or even a juice of wild greens. Let's taste this. As potent, but also mellow. It's not like a rush of an ounce of wheatgrass juice or wild grass juice. It's not as mellow as celery.